Hey guys, today it's G-Minecraft here, once again, no other person. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a advanced tutorial on PermissionsEX, so I'm not going to be going over those little tiny things like how to space your things out, maybe a little bit if you guys don't know how to do some of this stuff, but basically in this video I'm just going to summarize how you can change the color of a person's name, add a prefix to it, add a prefix to their name, so like how mine says Cake God in front if you've seen any of my other videos, and it says Cake God in front of G-Man, and then after that, also I'm going to show you how to change the color of the text, modifying the Chatmanger file. This is only for PEX. You could follow part of this with B permissions or bucket permissions or whatever, but I definitely recommend using PEX. More open-ended, it's better, trust me. I've used every single one. PEX is the best. PermissionsEX, yeah. Alright, so get into your server, and let's go to Plugins, and PermissionsEX. Go to your permissions. Don't mess with the config, you don't need to. Anyway, so let's get into this. My friend, Rilo, wanted me to make him a new group, because his group he can't go on creative mode with, and he wants to go on creative mode with. He's a member, and as you can see in the member group, he can fly, he can use kits, and he can feed himself, okay? But he can also use all these commands because he has the inheritance of a player under his member group thing. So here goes inheritance player, so he has all those commands that a normal player would have, plus these three that just make it a little better. You know, flying really helps on a server, so member's pretty cool. So he wanted me to make him a new group called engineer, and what engineer does is that he can go on creative mode or any mode that he wants to, only in the survival world though, and only in the survival world he wanted me to give him permissions for world edit because he says he's really good at it, which I trust him with. So I'm not going to give him OP, but I still want to give him those commands, but only in that world, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to make a new group, enter, back 2 spaces. Now I'm aligned up with my member, okay, and my miner, these groups that I've already created, and I'm going to make the new group, engineer, like he wanted, right? So now what I'm going to do is just enter, tab. Remember, always replace, if you're using Notepad++, then you can use tab by using these settings. If you don't have Notepad++, then you're just going to have to use 4 spaces every time. If you have Notepad++, go to language menu /tab settings, and change this. It should be checked as replaced by space, okay, and the tab size should be 4. Just wanted you to know that. Guys, I kind of have a cold, so that's why I might sound weird. Not like my voice always sounds weird. I have a high voice, I'm sorry. I am 14, though. Anyway. So, once you've replaced that by 4 spaces, and then you can just use tab normally. So remember, engineer, and then you can go a little tab over there. Now, we're going to make the default, and this is just it shows that it's not gonna be the default group, okay? So we're gonna make that false. Remember, space then false. You guys should know this if you're advanced. So you're gonna do false, and then over here you'll see that this is true because this is the group that someone joins the server and they get that group automatically until one of us ops decides to rank them up, okay? I'll leave the server in the description anyway, just in case you guys want to play on it. So default false. I'm gonna show you guys prefixes. I'm gonna show you guys prefixes. I'm going to show you guys suffixes too, okay? They're really simple. Don't think that they're hard, okay? I learned them in about 10 minutes, and it's really easy. And also, I'm going to show you guys inheritance, which I've basically already explained to you. So since I've already explained that, he's going to inherit all the commands of a member, alright? And this does account for he's going to inherit all these commands, and since the member has inherited all these commands, he's going to inherit, the engineer's going to inherit all the player commands too, and the member commands, because the member's inherited that. It sounds confusing, but it's not. So he's inherited as a member. I'm going to show you guys, sorry if you hear my dogs barking, they're just being bitches. Oh my god, shut up. So, I'm going to show you guys the worlds, so how you can do per world permissions and PermissionsEX. So you just do worlds, like that. And then you're going to do, oh my god, shut up dog. You're going to do that. You're going to do tab and back 2. See, now when I line it up there, that's my per world permissions for the player. I hope you guys can't hear that, because that must be really annoying if you can hear my dog barking. Anyway, so he just wants it for the survival world. He just wants these permissions for the survival world, right? So world, survival world, because that's the name of the world I have, and I make multiple worlds using this plugin called multiverse core multiverse core, and then to teleport between each world you use multiverse portals. I recommend getting that if you want to make a cool server. So remember, survival world is the world that you want to have the permissions for. You're going to put a colon after that. It's going to turn up a little blue. And then what you're going to want to do is enter, do a tab, and now what you're going to want to do is set the permissions up for it, right? So permissions, and then you're going to do colon so it shows up blue. And then obviously do your normal permissions, okay? So for this survive world, he wants these permissions. He wants to be able to change his game mode. So I use essential, so this is the game mode, remember. So once you've clicked enter on permissions, you're just going to do a hyphen, remember, hyphen, and then space. No M, I did that by accident. So hyphen space once you've clicked that tab, once you've clicked enter under permissions. So I'm going to go over that one more time for noobs, even though I said this was advanced. So that hyphen space, okay? Now you're going to get your command references in permissions node. You can find permission nodes for the plugins you're using, like, for example, I use essentials, so my permission node for this is going to be essentials. Okay, that just shows that that's the plugin for. And then the command /game mode, so you just do essentials.game mode, right? So that lets the engineer, anybody in that engineer group, switch their game mode only in the survival world, okay? So then what you want to do, since you've made that command, you're going to do dash. He wanted to have everything for world edit too, and this is not just a group for him, this is a group for anybody that I trust and that is really good at building, okay? So you're going to do dash world edit, right? Did I spell that right? Yep. You're going to do dash world edit and then dot star, because that's dot star is the command for, is basically saying he can use every single world edit command, okay? So those are the per world permissions. I'm going to save my file, okay? So now he can have those two in there. He can use those two commands only in that one world, and he inherits all the commands for a member in every world and everything else as a player, okay? So now I'm going to get into the prefixes. This gets a little more complicated, but it's pretty easy. Just follow along, okay? So first of all, what you're going to need to do is go into your browser. I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, you can see this. Ooh, my bad. You're just gonna want to go into your browser, and I have it bookmarked up here in my thing already. I'll put this in the description though, it's really helpful. Bookmark menu, and then do classic server protocol, okay? And this is basically just shows you all the colors you can get. Oh my god. Alright, I'll just leave it like that then, whatever. It just shows you all the colors for Minecraft. So and 0 black, and 1, and 2, and it shows you what they look like in the thing. So and 0 stands for black, and 4 stands for dark red. Now after 9 they switch to letters because there can't be and 10, otherwise that would screw you up sometimes when you're trying to give numbered prefixes and it just annoy you, you know? So, it starts off with letters right here and ends at 9 because it can't go to 10. So you can look at these, you can try memorizing them, or you could just bookmark it like I did and not be try hard at remembering stuff. Just be a lazy bitch like me. Anyway, so what you're gonna do is go like this. I'm gonna exit out of that part, and I want to give him. Let's say I'm gonna make his parentheses. I'm gonna make his parentheses bright green, so that's gonna be and a. So follow this along, guys. All right, ready? I want to make this thing right here. Because notice how on my others, I use like a member and then in the parentheses, so you can see that. So I want this first parentheses to be green. So you're gonna do and a, and then you're gonna do that parentheses. Okay, that makes that parentheses green. But let's say I didn't put another color and I just want like this. That'd make everything green. Everything after that green. You need to have a color to stop that from happening. So you do and. So if you think that it's just what it's in front of, no. It does everything after unless you have another color stopping that. So it's and a, and here's your bracket. Okay, you just want that. So you also need to change the name of the engineer, not the name, the color. And I'm going to make that like indigo, okay? So it's going to be and 9, right? So we're going to make that and 9. So now this and a is stopped by the and 9, and all the and a is making colorful is the is the letter or character after it, okay? Because after this one, there's another color stopping it, okay? So now engineer. Now if I was to just go like this, then this bracket's going to be indigo too, and then this bracket's going to be right here. This bracket's going to be not, it shows up red in this, but it's going to be green. So I don't want a green bracket and a purple and a indigo bracket. So I need to stop this again just so the name becomes indigo. I'm going to make this and A, okay? So now the brackets are green, the name is the engineer name is indigo, and now you're probably going to also want to change the color of the player's name, okay? So this is the way I do it. I just like having their actual name color the same as the engineer's name color. You'll see that with everything. See, and 3, but you'll see in this that everything's the same on that one just because members aren't cool. They're just tryhards. No, I'm kidding. But that's just the way I set up that group, and you'll see and A and 9, and that's just showing you that I have different colors for each one. So I'm going to give the player's name, the player's actual name, the color and 9, because it should be the same as the engineer. This is just up to me. I just like doing that. It's up to you if you guys just want to make them their name color, random name. So after the bracket, that's going to be the name of the player, and then you're just going to want to put another one of those. Remember, not these, not a double, a single, okay? So not that or that. Just that, okay? Now the suffix, this is a little bit more complicated. Oh, by the way, remember to put a space when you do that. Suffix is a little more complicated, okay? So the suffix, usually, it's made just so you can change put a little engineer thing after the person's actual name. So the prefix goes before the player's actual name. So it's going to be like, let's say mine's G-Man. So if I was in the engineer group, it's going to say engineer G-Man, and then it's going to say engineer again if I do the same thing right here. But what you want to do for suffix is modify your PEX folder in Chatmanger, which comes with PermissionsEX. So I'm going to get into that quickly. Let me just save that just in case this happens. So you're going to modify it. So go to your Chatmanger, and now go into your config, and right here under the message format and the global message format, I want you guys to copy that word for word, okay? I'm going to put that in the description too, don't worry. Now this is only if you want your suffix to color the text, so you don't need to get a normal colored like a coloring plugin that makes your text colored and stuff. This is so you can manually do that, because most people don't use suffixes on good servers, at least. You know, like if you've ever been on sky-ssg.com, they don't have suffixes because they're gay. And basically the suffix, people just modify it so you can use the suffix to be the text color. So just copy that word for word, and that'll make your suffix. See, you got the prefix, and then after the prefix is going to be your player, and then your suffix is going to be the text color. See, usually it'd be prefix player and then suffix would be here, but I took it out, so this is the text. The suffix is the message. So just copy that, or you could just simply take that out right there and make the suffix a message. Makes it %suffix %message. Do that for both message format and global message format. Okay, so I'm going to exit out of that now, and now I'm going to go back into my PermissionsEX folder and show you guys how to change the color of the text using this. So I want the color of their text to be just white, okay? They're nothing special. They're not anything amazing on the server, so it's just going to be, whoa, what did I do? That's weird. Anyway, so it's just going to be white. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to make it and F, because that's the color for white, right? So let's go to that now, just to check, and F is the color of white. So that makes their text white right there. Simple, easy. I like it. I don't want anything else to change. Definitely do that. Suffixes are stupid. Don't use them, really. I mean, if it shows engineer in front, it's obviously going to be engineer at the end too, but that just like is really redundant and stupid. I just wanted to get my point clear that that's really stupid. Alright, so let's go over this one more time. The prefix is going to be green colored parentheses, see, because that color stops the parentheses from getting any farther. So green colored parentheses, indigo colored engineer name, and indigo colored player name, so real name. Suffix or the text, the color, the way that people speak in the server. For example, I'll bring up my server log. Right here it says packs in general, and it says right there it's yellow because I gave him. It's kind of a funny sentence to read. You're a member, shithead. Okay. So anyway, that just basically gives that suffix. I gave him the suffix and. I think it's E. I think that's the color of it. I think that's the color I gave him, and E, because that's like orange or something. And that just gave him a orange colored text. Okay. So that's that. Let's get into actually putting the players into the groups now. So we've made the group. I think I've saved it, so let's just do a quick save for that. Now, go down, and you'll see users in here, okay? If you don't have it, just go all the way to the right, all the way down to the end of your, to the end where you can't go back anymore unless it would bring you up to the first line and create users, okay? Now, what you're going to want to do is, my friend Rilo is the one who wanted me to do this, so I'm going to find his name, and it's right there, Rilo. So I'm going to delete his, and I'm going to use someone else as an example, and then I'm going to do it with you as another thing. So, for example, here, Darks56, he's a co-head admin. I made the group co-head admin, so his name right here, and then that shows that he's going to be that. That shows that that's the person I'm modifying. And then the group is showing what group I'm gonna put him in, like what groups he's in, or what group he is in, and he's in the co-head admin. So, ready? So basically, what you're gonna want to do is it was Rilo 310. So remember, what you want to do normally is you want to do enter and then back 2 spaces so you can align it with everybody else's name. Okay? It doesn't matter the format. The format does matter, but I think that I just messed up a bit, and mine still works. So I think that it's always just supposed to be tabs, but I don't know, I saw someone else's video and this is what they did, so I decided to do it too, and you know, it works. And it makes everything look nice. So anyway, let's get into this. Rilo 10 wants to be in the engineer group. Rilo 310, right? So there he is, Rilo 310, colon, make his name blue. That shows that it's all good. You're gonna do enter, tab, okay? Now you're gonna make group, okay? Put a colon after that, and now we're going to choose what group he's going to be in. So hyphen or dash or whatever you want to call it, remember, and then the space is important. Now he's going to be in the group engineer, okay? That's the group you wanted to be in, okay? Now also, something I wanted to show you guys, that's basically it for the video, that's going to wrap it up, but what I really wanted to show you guys is that permissions per group, as in I have permissions for my group Kate God. I have those permissions, even though I'm an op, because I need some permissions for PermissionsEX because they don't work unless you actually have the permissions for them. But Rilo 310 group dash engineer, right? If I gave him permissions in the users, that would override what the permissions he has in his group. So let's say I wanted to give Rilo the command to give him the command to. Let me see other commands. To vanish, okay? Essentials.vanish. So up here, it shows the group, right? Wait, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Engineer, it showed the group. He doesn't have the permission to do essentials.vanish. He can't do /vanish. He doesn't have that permission. And I don't want to give everybody in the group the permission, but I just want to give him the permission, because let's say I trust him. So I could give Rilo the permission -essentials .vanish, and that would override the permissions for the groups, and it would say, okay, Rilo's in this group, but he's the only one in that group, since he has the permission to do it, that can get this command. So it's saying that, okay, Rilo, you're in this group, but you know, you can still have this command because I manually gave it to you. You get overrided. You can have the better command. Alright? So I'm not going to give him that permission. I'm sorry, Rilo, if you're watching this video. I love you, man, but I can't do that. So what's going to happen is I am going to save it now, and that's going to be the end of the video. I hope I explained everything nicely to you guys. Please message me PM me, whatever you want to do, comment. If you have any questions, I'll answer all of them. I don't have many viewers anyway, so it's not going to be hard. Yeah, I promise I'll answer all of them. I'll check my videos daily like I always do. I have fun doing this anyway, so, you know, it's going to be all good. Sorry if I confused you a bit, but that's the way permissions work, and you're going to have to learn at some point, so you might as well learn now. And I can teach this pretty well to you. If you don't understand it right now, then I'll Skype call you or whatever, Uvu call you, I have all of them, and I'll teach you personally, okay? It's really good to know, and it's like, you should really know it. I don't mind helping you, because I once had that feeling that I couldn't do it, but then I could, so I was all happy, and then I was like, wow, you know what, I'm gonna help people. I had some kind of like inspiration in my, no, I'm just going on about bullshit right now, but anyway, I'm gonna end the video right now, so hope you